Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of March 9th. As always, we'll get started with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Tyrannical, Bolstering, Storming, and Prideful. Again, that's Tyrannical, Bolstering, Storming, and Prideful. So we're going on a bit of a run of pretty good affixes here. While we do have Bolstering, it is at least with Tyrannical, which people don't like Tyrannical, I get it. But Bolstering with Fortified is obviously much worse. Storming is really only bad for melee, so you could say this is a bad melee week, but other than that, you could be pretty positive once again about the Mythic Pluses this week, which is good because this will be coming out with the new Valor Points coming out with the patch, which is going to be coming out today. So on that note, let's go ahead and talk about it. Today is patch day for the first patch of Shadowlands. The mid patch, not a major patch of course, but we are getting things such as Valor Points added to the game in order to help dungeon gearing, since it's a little bit harder to get dungeons. I go over the patch notes in a previous video if you want to look more at that. I also have the link in the description to that video if you're more interested in that. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things coming out with the patch. Just actually not even cool things, but just quality of life changes coming out. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm hoping get some of the players back into the game. Not the casual players. The casual players normally come back for like the big patches with more content, but maybe some of the more casual players who might be playing other games might come back to farm the Valor Points. It's actually a really good way to gear your alts. The Valor Point system will be. Not so much your main necessarily if you're a high-end player, but it is a great way to gear your main if you aren't a high-end player. So hoping some of that takes place as well. So yeah, I'm super excited about the patch. Super excited about some of the quality of life adjustments that we're going to be seeing. It's all mostly positive. There's some class tuning going on, none of it of which really affects me. There's a little bit with a legendary and stuff like that, but it gives you something more to think about, something more to do, especially because there's not a ton to do in the game right now, right? We're a little bit lacking on content. We're thinking April, May, June, 3 months out from 9.1. So most people pretty much think literally 3 months from now. So the second week of June. Maybe the week before that, maybe the end of June, but somewhere around 3 months is what most people kind of think would be the target date for 9.1, and 3 months of with not much to do isn't great. So hopefully these Valor Point system, for me, if the Valor Point system works really well with gearing alts, then I will have plenty to do for the rest of this patch. If it isn't, if it kind of stinks, then maybe I will be pretty bored myself. Let's quickly go over the other stuff that's going on this week. We do have the Darkmoon Fair going on all week. If you still aren't maxed in your professions, this is an easy way to go get maxed on your professions. There's toys, there's mounts, there's achievements, there's all kinds of stuff to do at the fair. Do I wish that they would expand it more as they've talked about doing? Yes. It's probably hard for them to devote resources to that because it's not a hugely consumed event, even though it's every month. Given that it's not a huge event, you would think more people would do it because of how often it procs. But yeah, you can go get up 5 profession points basically for free by going there. And yeah, hopefully they do add more to that. Maybe even this expansion. Maybe I'll start campaigning for that. We also have timewalking Warlords of Draenor. If you want to go back to your favorite expansion. Kind of a joke there, although I actually do enjoy the Warlords dungeon. They went back to the more, in my opinion, the more like linear straight line style of perhaps think of Burning Crusade. I actually enjoyed the dungeons there. We also have this weird thing going on. I say weird because it's a bit different than the other two that we've had. Another Torghast event this week. This one's called Unbridled Darkness. So I was looking into this, and what this one is, and I remember reading about it when people were doing it on the beta. The Unbridled Darkness is randomly your screen will go black through intervals. So it's like after killing 5 enemies, for example, your screen will go black for 30 seconds. So you have no display. Now, what do you get out of this? You get insane power bonuses if you're able to play without sight. So what I think was going to happen there for people who are still grinding Torghast, I for one still have to. They keep changing my legendaries, and I have to keep I might have a new best in slot legendary coming with this patch, so I still have to continue to farm Torghast, and I still have not even gotten to make a PvP legendary yet, which is very sad for me. But that's what I was saving for right now. But now I'm gonna probably have to make this other one, just in case it ends up being my best in slot. But I digress. What I think is going to happen to most people who are still farming Torghast every week is they're probably just going to avoid this event because it seems silly with the darkness and stuff, and maybe it's too hard. Maybe, you know, it's already a grind. Why make the grind harder? I'm going to at least try it out. I'll put a video out about it if it's at all interesting, or if it's horrible, I'll put a video out about that as well. I'm at least going to try it out. The power bonuses seem really interesting. They are quite substantial, so you are getting rewarded for your screen going black. The power bonuses are quite substantial. I think it's probably best almost for like fighting the end bosses, where you might not have to move as much, especially if you know the mechanics of the thing. I assume even though your screen's black, maybe you'll still get the cues, like whoever, the one that charges, it says he's about to charge or something, it pops on your screen. I assume that will still pop up, so you can be like, okay, I need to move to my left or right. But who knows, maybe not. Maybe you won't literally see nothing. But it could be interesting, so I will at least try it out and give some feedback to it. Because if the power bonus is really good and I can manage to do it without seeing for intervals, then it'll actually increase the speed of the run. So we'll definitely try that out. But yeah, that's it for this week. We do have a patch this week, but like I said, probably a little bit of a slow 3 months coming up. Work on your alts, especially gearing alts with this new Valor system. And I of course have been PvPing my butt off. I've also been leveling a warrior and a death knight, just because death knight's really good in PvE right now. Warrior's really good in PvP. They just seem really fun to play. They're fun to level, so I'll give them that. So yeah, as always, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.